U.S. Navy just created the ultimate weapon. With this nation's dedication towards redefining warfare strategies and staying ahead of rivals, especially with the current geopolitical tensions and the not-so-distant sound of war, it has created a technology that is termed unstoppable. Recently, the United States admitted that they have created a powerful laser that even the most advanced defense system can't stop, leaving fear in the heart of its adversaries as they wonder, what are the capabilities of this laser system? Is it really unstoppable? Join us as we explore the thrilling details of the unstoppable, monstrously powerful laser that the United States Navy just created. The threats to Navy vessels and warships continue to increase due to the advancement in military technology. These threats in the form of drone swarms and anti-ship missiles have led the Navy to go in search of ways to defend its vessels against these evolved threats. Now, after decades of experimentation and research, the Navy is closing in on a low-cost solution that can deter and defend against aerial threats at sea. In the third quarter of the fiscal year 2022, the United States Navy received its very first high-energy laser with integrated optical dazzler and surveillance system, known as Helios, from its manufacturer, Lockheed Martin. This advanced system is equipped with the capability to emit over 60 kilowatts of directed energy, which makes it effective when targeting objects that are as far as 5 miles away and hitting it with precision. According to a Lockheed Martin spokesperson who communicated via email with the National Defense, this powerful laser system is currently in the process of being installed on a Flight 2A Arleigh Burke-class destroyer. Several upgrades are being done to this warship to enable it to accommodate this new technology. Incorporating the Helios system is a huge step in enhancing the United States Navy capabilities, improving their defensive measures and operational effectiveness at sea. Why not the U.S. Ticonderoga class? Well, this is because this class of warship is gradually becoming obsolete, and the Arleigh Burke class will be its successor. The Arleigh Burke class are guided missile destroyers that are being used by the United States Navy. They are built around the Aegis Combat System and the Spy-1D radar, which have the ability to scan electronically without moving parts. This warship is named after Admiral Arleigh Burke, a notable American naval officer during the Second World War, who later became the Chief of Naval Operations. These ships are very large, and aside from its exceptional size, they can be equipped with more than 90 missiles each, and this feature makes it the perfect U.S. warship for the Helios. Also, these warships are known as multi-mission destroyers because they can handle a variety of military tasks with accuracy and efficiency. They can attack aircraft using the Aegis system and surface-to-air missiles, strike targets on land with their Tomahawk missiles, fight submarines with towed sonar arrays, submarine hunting rockets and helicopters, and battle other ships with missiles and guns. They have been initially upgraded with better radar systems, like the AN/Spy-1 as part of the Aegis Ballistic Missile Defense System and the newer AN/Spy-6 radar. These improvements have also made them capable of intercepting ballistic missiles and targeting satellites. The Helios installed on this warship would make it even more formidable and feared. This ship would dominate the sea, destroying adversaries while remaining protected from any form of weapon aimed at it. In a recent press release, Rick Cordaro, the Vice President of Advanced Product Solutions at the defense company, Lockheed Martin, laid emphasis on the importance of the Helios system. He further explained that the Helios, with its unique capabilities and lethality, would significantly improve the combat effectiveness of the ship by enhancing its defensive capabilities against potential threats, which would indirectly provide an added layer of protection for sailors on board. He also applauded Lockheed Martin's commitment and devotion towards aligning their innovations with the Navy's priorities, noting the importance of delivering scalable and customizable solutions that meet the specific needs of the Navy. Rick also shared his thoughts on this new laser system, and according to him, Helios is a solid stepping stone towards an incremental delivery of unstoppable and powerful laser weapon system capabilities. This simply means that the Helios system is just the beginning of a series of developments aimed at progressively improving the naval force's ability to counter various threats with precision and reliability. The deployment of the Helios system is seen not just as an addition to the ship's armaments, but as a very critical step in improving the Navy's overall defensive and offensive strategies. Through this strategic implementation, Lockheed Martin plans to make sure that naval forces are better equipped to handle the threat that vessels faces while on sea. This Helios system, which stands for High-Energy Laser with Integrated Optical Dazzler and Surveillance, is a very important part of the Navy laser family of systems. This collection of advanced laser weapon platforms represents a tactical initiative by the Navy, as it was outlined in their budget documents. The Navy sees these new laser systems as the beginning of enhancing laser weapon capabilities. This approach is designed to be a progressive one, which means that it allows for gradual improvements and expansions in the technology's power and effectiveness. The reasons behind developing and integrating these laser systems into the Navy vessels is driven by the need to adapt to modern combat requirements, where speed, precision, and adaptability are very important. By investing in these high-energy laser systems, the Navy aims to provide its vessels with more effective defensive and offensive options that can be effective against any type of threats. The Helios system, in particular, is known and preferred for its versatility in combining high-energy laser capabilities with surveillance and advanced technologies, thereby adding a multifunctional tool to the naval vessels. This integration of various capabilities into a single platform not only enhances the effectiveness of the Navy's combat systems, but also ensures that ships are equipped with the latest advancements in defense technology, preparing them for future challenges, which includes advanced threats. For this project, the Navy requested $35 million in its 2023 budget for a couple of laser weapon systems, and they expected the first one to be delivered and equipped within their vessel that same year. According to the budget outline, this laser system is aimed at defeating any form of threat or challenges that they might experience when fighting surface threats and preventing the enemies from spying and surveillance. But that is not all. This system has the capabilities to both blind and destroy drones, and also take out fast boats that are used for attacks when close to the shore. This technology has also improved the methods that are used when dealing with unmanned aerial vehicles and anti-ship missiles. It simply means that any vessel with the Helios is fortified against a lot of threats. According to an August report by the Congressional Research Service, regular weapons like surface-to-air missiles and Gatling guns require a great amount of space for ammunition on ships and are not cost-effective when they are deployed against low-cost drones. Additionally, a report titled Navy Shipboard Lasers: Background and Issues for Congress also mentioned that reloading these sorts of weapons on Navy ships is noted to be a very stressful and inconvenient process. Ships may need to travel hundreds of miles and take several hours to reach a safe location before they can reload. The report also stated that rivals of the United States like China have access to numerous unmanned aerial vehicles and anti-ship missiles. Even if those get destroyed, they can produce them in large quantities. Making use of the regular weapons might not be effective against threats of this magnitude. Tristan Sauer, a land domain analyst at the data analytics and consulting firm Global Data, expressed his worries concerning the latest challenges being faced when it comes to defense. He mentioned the growing advanced threats posed by coordinated attacks involving large groups of small unmanned vehicles, such as micro-UAVs or even diminutive surface vessels. According to Sauer, the primary issues the Navy faces with these threats are how to accurately identify, track, and neutralize these threats effectively while remaining protected, given their potential to launch swarms or saturation attacks that could overwhelm traditional defense systems. The Helios was truly developed at the right time. Sauer further explained that as technology advances, the concept of manned and unmanned systems, where a couple of individuals work together with one or more drones, has become not only more viable, but also increasingly common across various military areas. This collaboration helps to improve the capabilities of armed forces, allowing for more complex and adaptable operational strategies. Interestingly, he noted that this technology is spreading even to countries with more limited military budgets and resources, which shows a deviation into modern warfare dynamics, where advanced technologies are becoming more accessible in every part of the world. This change could potentially level the playing field, allowing smaller or less equipped nations to employ sophisticated methods and tools that were previously only available to developed and rich countries. Laser weapons have become a very important addition to any nation's military arsenal because they are very cheap to fire and they have the ability to shoot many times without running out of ammunition, which makes it effective. The Russian invasion of Ukraine has shown the problems that can arise when there is not enough ammunition available. Due to the importance of this system and how widely accepted it has become, there has been an increase in demand, and defense companies are struggling to meet production demands while also dealing with supply chain problems caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. Unlike other weapons, these laser weapons are particularly valuable because they use very little energy to produce powerful effects, which can be deadly or non-deadly. This makes them very important for maintaining military operations, especially in intense conflicts. The earlier version of the solid-state laser, known as the Laser Weapon System, or LAWS, was temporarily set up on the USS Ponce, but had difficulties spotting very small targets like the smallest drones, according to an expert. This made it susceptible to attacks from small targets, rendering it ineffective. Fortunately, the Helios is designed to solve this problem. It's made to run continuously using the ship's existing power sources rather than needing a separate source of energy, as stated by Lockheed Martin. Also, it can spot all targets, including the most minute, unlike the LAWS. Also, compared to previous laser weapons, Helios offers improvements in terms of its power and usability. The LAWS system could only reach up to 30 kilowatts of power and was not meant to be a permanent solution anyways. Now that a solution to all the naval problems has been developed, the installation process of the Helios is happening alongside upgrades to the Aegis weapon system in San Diego, California. The Aegis weapon system has been a very important part of Navy operations since the 1980s, and Lockheed Martin is also working towards updating the system on the United States destroyers and other ships. According to a spokesperson, unlike the LAWS, which was a temporary solution, the Helios is being set up as a permanent feature on its ship and is connected to the Aegis combat system. It uses a type of laser technology called spectral beam combined fiber lasers, which works by creating a clearer and more effective beam than the previous system LAWS, which used 6 separate fiber lasers. Also, the Helios system has the dual ability to dazzle or disorient unmanned aerial systems as well as destroy targets, which greatly enhances its combat effectiveness, especially against the threats posed by advanced weapons. According to a white paper from Lockheed Martin that was published some years back, Helios has proven it can consistently hit fast-moving targets at long ranges. The system completed a successful test where it tracked a target using the Aegis combat sensor, followed by detailed optical tracking. Additionally, the system makes use of something called the Optical Dazzling Interdictor Navy, or ODIN. This Optical Dazzling Interdictor Navy works by interfering with the optical and infrared sensors of an enemy's equipment. While this technology already exists on other ships, Helios is the first to have it fully integrated with the ship's command and control system. In addition to its laser-destroying capabilities, it can also be used for surveillance purposes. The subject on how the surveillance capabilities of the system are being tested was undisclosed. However, they laid emphasis on the fact that the Helios is a multi-mission laser weapon system, and all of its missions, including surveillance, will evolve over time as the Navy conducts at-sea operations and develops tactics, training, and procedures for this new warfighting capability. While the specific uses of the weapon in the maritime domain remain under discussion, the spokesperson has also refused to confirm whether the Navy is considering other vessels for the laser weapons installation. They noted that the Helios is scalable and adaptable to other ship classes and combat systems, which reflected their interest in laser weapons within the Navy. This interest was further expressed last year when the Navy tested another system, the Solid-State Laser Technology Maturation Laser Weapon System Demonstrator, on the USS Portland, where the service successfully disabled a drone during an ATC test in 2020. Furthermore, the Navy's 2023 funding request includes provisions for the deinstallation and hardware disposition of the 100 kilowatt system. The next steps for Helios involve the intense at-sea testing that already started in 2023. According to the budget request, the Navy plans to learn a lot about the employment of this game-changing multi-mission capability once warfighters begin using Helios in operational maritime environments beginning in 2023, and the lessons learned will inform future development efforts. It would also be used as a guide towards creating a perfect system. The spokesperson disclosed that the laser system has already completed its land-based testing earlier this year at Wallops Island, Virginia. Looking ahead, a significant challenge for the program is to keep integrating it into the Navy's multi-layered defense system. Integrating the laser into both the ship and its combat system, and making it durable enough for the harsh maritime environment, is very critical for its effectiveness as a directed energy weapon. The system must work seamlessly with existing defense layers, such as the Aegis combat system that is used on DDG-51 class destroyers, and it also has to fit the specific space, weight, and power limits of the ship. It turns out that developing the system wasn't the only challenge. Integrating it onto the vessel and making sure it works seamlessly is one too. Although the laser is tailored to fit into the Arleigh Burke-class ships, adapting it for other types of ships or those with different combat systems than Aegis would be a problem, and this would require some redesign. However, it would not be that big of a deal because the Helios is flexible and its modular design makes it possible to redesign. According to a white paper, the system could potentially be upgraded to 120 kilowatts or more, depending on the space and power available on the ship. This might even include future ships like the Constellation-class guided missile frigates and the next-generation guided missile destroyer, the DDG-X. Question concerning why this system is only to be used by the Navy has been aroused, and Tristan Sauer responded that the Navy is a logical first place to use laser weapons within the United States military because naval ships have a large supply of energy, unlike other military weapons like air fighters. However, he pointed out that fitting not just this new laser system, but every other laser on smaller ships presents a huge challenge due to limited space and power on these small ships. Installing these laser systems on ships is one step, but deploying them in land-based environments might take a bit longer, he observed. He pointed out that while the use of lasers on naval platforms is progressing, adapting such technologies for terrestrial operations presents additional complexities and challenges that could delay their implementation. Mick Ryan, a fellow at the Center for Strategic and International Studies, mentioned that while the United States is presently leading in laser technology, other countries like China and Russia are catching up with it and investing their resources into creating lasers of their own. He also suggested the possibility of these laser technology becoming more widespread in various military areas within a few years. He also made reference to Russia's claim of using an experimental laser system called Zadira during its invasion of Ukraine. Although Russia has touted this development, he expressed skepticism about the actual effectiveness of this system, suggesting that Russia often overstates its technological advancements. Even Ukraine debunked Russia's claims. Nevertheless, Mike acknowledged that the deployment of unmanned aerial systems in the conflict is likely to speed up the advancements in laser technology, pushing further developments as a response to the emerging battlefield needs. Moreover, he made mention of how the Navy's laser weapon systems, along with other Pentagon-directed energy technologies like the Army's Directed Energy Maneuver short-range air defense system, has played a very important role in military strategy. These technologies are not only intended to demonstrate to adversaries the U.S. military's advanced capabilities in creating technologically advanced military weapons, but also to ensure operational effectiveness in combat situations. This progressive development helps to deter potential adversaries through your possession of these advanced technologies, but also ensures that if deterring the enemies with these technologies should fail and the United States find itself in a conflict, these systems would come in handy and perform effectively. This tactical use of directed energy weapons has laid emphasis on their importance in modern military tactics and the broader defense strategy. That aside, it has helped the United States maintain its stance at the forefront of technological advancement. Thanks for watching. While you are still here, click on the link on your screen to check out another of our videos. See you there.